to go to A and then any city cam you want. Here we go. Stand by, 3 seconds. And white, push Q.
Up next at noon, 6 people injured in a car wreck. We'll have the details for you on that. Plus, 2 people are in custody after a deadly stabbing in Oklahoma City. And a nice warm day, but Cassie says storms are possible tonight. Stay with us.
Roll the brake and fade. 1 minute. Here we go. And rolling. Take sound. Somebody the jib.
On the scene, on the story.
Touch move. Dissolve. Q.
And thanks for joining us today for News 9 at noon. I'm Alex Cameron.
Dissolve.
Oklahoma City firefighters responded to a report of a vehicle that hit a building in northwest Oklahoma City. This happened near the intersection of Northwest 32nd and Classen around 8 o'clock this morning.
2 and a fax next.
6 people suffered minor injuries. According to police, 2 vehicles collided there at the scene, and then after the crash, one of the drivers accidentally accelerated and then crashed into a carport.
Enemy take.
Well, 2 people are facing murder charges in connection with the city's latest homicide. The victim was found inside a Metro hotel near Council. Our Sylvia Corcoran joins us with the arrests.
Rolling, take sound, animate,
Police say
Sylvia.
a total of 4 people were inside a hotel room when an argument turned into bloodshed. An unidentified man was found dead and a woman critically injured after she was stabbed multiple times.
City cam will be next.
Say behind the attacks, Jesse and Samuel Reno Jr. Fled the scene in a car, first crashing into a motorcycle
for the
and
super
then
teams,
a
we have a
semi.
tight shot
Police
for the
found
last
2 men
element,
covered in
Cameron.
blood. They say the description and tag number matched the car they've been searching for.
Or 3.
Now Samuel is booked into jail on several complaints, including first-degree murder. Jesse remains hospitalized with stab wounds and will be charged once he's released. In the newsroom, Sylvia Corkill, News 9.
All
right, Sylvia, thanks.
And
here we go, a live look outside from our Air Comfort Skycam network.
Oh, yeah, there's your, thank you. Good catch. Somebody
nice
2 bucks.
Wednesday afternoon, blue sky, looking at the Capitol right there.
Dissolve.
Warm out there, and Cassie, chance for more storms again later today?
Lose your banner.
We do have the potential of seeing some more storms, but today is actually going to be pretty quiet. It's not going to get here until later tonight. So if you have any outdoor plans this afternoon or evening, you're going to be just fine, especially here in central Oklahoma. Storm Shield 9 right now is absolutely
Andrew,
quiet.
You're looking
We
bad.
are expecting more storms to develop
here.
to our north and west, but that's not going to happen until later this evening and into
you
tonight.
Can't
so
blame
next
it
and
because
live,
it's
perfectly quiet for the time being. It's going to stay that way today.
We'll be
but
up the
tonight,
seed of this one
we do
next
have another
for
threat for
6.
seeing some severe storms, and as of right now, I've got a moderate threat over parts of northwest Oklahoma with the potential of seeing up to 10 small-sized hail. Wind gusts to 75 miles an hour. That is certainly a possibility with a low tornado threat. In the meantime, this is our Integris camera, part of our Air Covered Skycam network. It's gorgeous outside. It's a little hot, though. It's 87 degrees, south wind at 11 miles an hour, dew point around 70. It is absolutely muggy. So more storms are coming later tonight. And yes, there is another tornado threat. We're going to talk about that storm timeline coming up in just a little bit. Alex.
And we'll see. Take Vis 1.
We're now learning more about the suspected Lake Hefner
we'll go to A
shooter, Alex
next.
Tillman, and his troubled background.
Under, thank you.
His mother filed a report in 1993 claiming that Tillman, who was 3 years old at the time, was sexually assaulted by a babysitter. There was also a possible incident at the daycare.
Yeah, but you need to start on the right RSP type first. Then you can do a reveal.
DHS filed a report in 2002 citing 12-year-old Tillman as a possible victim of child abuse.
Rolling, change.
We're also learning more about the training that Tillman went through to get an armed security license.
C to jib and A full sound on the right RSP.
Education and Training, CLEAT, says that Tillman passed a psychological test. The test included 567 questions to assess personality traits. Now, CLEAT cannot tell us when that was and when he actually received his license.
Roll C, roll I, sound, take, start to move.
That's when we're thinking to myself, get up,
slow down a little.
You're not going to die here.
Only on 9, the hero who helped stop Tillman is sharing what happened last Thursday evening. 18-year Air National Guardsman Brian Whittle says he and his wife were driving by the lake when they saw the commotion there by Louis. He says he told his wife to grab his gun, that he loved her. After making eye contact with Alex Tillman, he knew he had to shoot him.
Roby, wipe sound.
I don't recall how many times or anything. I just
lose it. Stand by, Alex, Mike.
To do that until I saw him fall down.
Mike, you. Too tight next.
Whittle says he prays for the victims, but also prays for the gunman, who he says clearly had mental issues.
Move. Tick 2.
And one of those victims, a brave 12-year-old Mustang girl, is making great progress in her recovery. Sanaya Giles was shot in the stomach last Thursday, Louise. The cameras were rolling as she started taking her first steps. After her emergency surgery at Children's Hospital, the young girl actually got to leave the hospital last night.
Animate full screen.
Sanaya has had a lot of support from friends and family. Her mother says that she will
Stand by
likely
2,
need
and
physical
then we'll add
and
a lower
emotional
third.
therapy.
Then we'll track to the right
One thing that brought a big smile to her face,
two.
though, was how they somehow got her dog Lily to visit her in the hospital.
Take.
It's a special moment.
Key in, animate
And
this
there is
lower
a
third.
GoFundMe page
Stand by them
that's set up to
losers.
help
Stand by
the
your
family
truck.
with their mounting medical expenses, and we've linked that to the News 9.
Losers. Start your move 2.
Now, an update to breaking news we
Stand
first
by
brought
A.
you last night at 10 o'clock. Oklahoma City police arrested 2 armed robbery suspects
Hello.
after an
Take.
hours-long standoff.
Key in, animate
Officers say
northwest.
the 2 allegedly robbed a business
got your
near
index?
Northwest 65th and Independence. Officials
Losers.
say
Stand
while
by
they
2
were
in effects.
searching, one of the suspects barricaded himself in a home near Northwest 63rd and Independence.
Ready to in
The
effects.
2 eventually surrendered without incident.
Animate check.
A man's arrested after
Stand
a woman
by
says
A.
he raped her in a Tulsa
Roll line.
storage
Take.
unit. Investigators say Orland Dill forced the 68-year-old
the two
woman
at the V
to
Plaza
drive
next.
to the storage unit that he had been living in and raped her. The police say the woman did fight back, punching and even biting the
Stand by
man
C.
on
Stand by
his
2.
genitals to get away. Records show that Dill was convicted of rape in 1996 and served 12 years of a 20-year sentence.
Roll C. Start your move, take 2.
Now to some national
Stand by
headlines.
A.
The Roseanne
roll line.
reboot
And
was
take.
canceled yesterday after Roseanne Barr tweeted a racist tweet comparing President Obama's
You guys
senior
are sick.
advisor,
Stand by 10
Valerie
effects.
Jarrett, to an ape. Barr returned to Twitter overnight, apologizing for the tweet. With ABC
Ready
now
to
facing
effects.
a gaping hole in its fall schedule, they stand to lose millions of dollars in advertising and in jobs.
Animate take.
The future of a summit between President
Reader.
Trump and North Korean
We're going
leader
to a
Kim
package in
Jong-un
A
could be
next.
decided in the
Stand
next
by
24
A.
hours. That's because a high-ranking North Korean official is on his way to New York to meet with Secretary of State Mike Pompeo to discuss the matter. Mola Lengi has more details now from the
Roll
White
eye
House.
sound and take.
Kim Young-chol, one of Kim Jong-un's closest
I have Mola
advisors, is
first.
on his way to America for a meeting and dinner with Secretary of State Mike Pompeo, and they will have a lot to discuss. The future of the summit
First day
between
Johnny on
President
Zoom show.
Trump and Kim Jong-un could be decided tonight. That's because both sides are going to have to decide soon whether to
All right.
proceed with the June
We got
12th meeting if
after the
it's going
T-
to
or
happen. For
T's is
now,
next,
the
be
Trump-Kim
jib, A,
meeting
then
is
camera
officially
2
off,
on a tight
but
shot.
both sides are preparing as if it'll be on. News crews spotted a U.S. team in Singapore working on logistics for the possible summit. President Trump canceled that summit last week in a letter to Kim. North Korea had stopped communicating with the U.S., but yesterday, President Trump tweeted that Kim Young-chol's
Stand by,
visit
Mola.
was a solid response to his letter.
Kim Young-chol is North Korea's former spy chief and has been in all of the meetings with U.S. officials discussing
That's your last key, that's all I
denuclearization.
got.
Chol
T's
and
be
Secretary
next.
Pompeo have been face-to-face twice before during Pompeo's trips to Pyongyang.
About 10
But this will be
seconds
the
ish
first
left here.
time the two have talked in America. In fact, apart from trips to the UN, Chol's visit will be the
Stand by for
first
music,
time
stand by
a
the
North
jib.
Korean official has visited the U.S. in 18 years. Mola Lengi, CBS News, the White House.
White better make music cue.
All
Stand
right,
by
coming
A.
up on News 9, we look at how athletes can keep themselves from getting hurt in our medical
White,
minute.
white, change,
And next,
stand by
OSU
2.
has a chance to win a national championship
White
today.
change. Stand
But
by
first,
master.
how you can see the documentary featuring Thunder forward Nick Collison.
Thanks for the
Stay with
pull.
us.
And roll the break. And fade.
It's time to get your AC ready.
Well done, everyone.
There goes Charlie.
Because God told me to. 5 seconds. Stand by 3. Here we are.
The official service company of the Thunder.
Such move. Take you.
All right, well, here's your
Maybe that's
chance
one
to get to
full
know
screen.
Mr. Thunder just a little bit better. The Oklahoma City Thunder will
Key
premiere a
animate.
new documentary on retiring forward Nick Collison next weekend as part of the
Okay, check.
Dead Center
See,
Film
the 3
Festival.
effects will be
Now, if
next.
you want to see it, it's going to be shown at the Myriad Gardens June
Stand
9th
by C,
at
stand
9
by
o'clock
3
out there
effects.
on the Great Lawn. It's free, open to the public, but they do ask you to bring your own lawn chair and a blanket.
We'll see.
Now,
Animate.
OSU has a chance today
by A
to win a
full sound.
national championship, a national golf championship on their home course at Karsten Creek in
Roll
Stillwater.
eye sound. Take.
And what a
Key
dream
animate
scenario
Allen.
to get to perform in front of a crowd. And
Losing. Stand by
we're
Alex.
excited for the opportunity tomorrow. That's why you play. And I expect us to come out on top.
My cue.
Cowboys are on a roll.
Great
Yesterday
cheerleading
they
next.
beat number 8 seed Texas A&M in the quarterfinal match. Followed that up with
And
a
then
win
quickly
over
to A.
Auburn, who'd beat OU in the quarterfinals. So OSU taking on Alabama in the finals today. 4 years ago,
Ready, 3.
Alabama beat the Cowboys in the title match.
Take. Stand by A.
Well, a bold preacher
Alive.
in Louisiana is making a
Key
bold
and
request.
animate.
Jesse
Big
Duplantis
anything?
is asking
No.
his ministry to help
That's
him
all right.
raise
That's my bad. Somebody be
$54
full
million
sound. Don't even
so he can
again.
buy a private jet. Duplantis posted a video on his website asking for his congregation's help. He says he believes Jesus would approve.
Roll B, wipe sound.
I really believe
Can't animate this full
if Jesus
again.
was physically on the earth today, he wouldn't be
Lose
riding
it.
a donkey.
Donkey.
Think about that for a minute. He'd be in an airplane preaching the gospel all over the world.
Mike here, stand by A.
This time, we don't know how much he has raised.
Roll A, wipe.
Well, a Tesla
Change.
model crashes into a parked police
Goes
car
to
in
LED
Laguna
again.
Beach while on autopilot. The officer was not in the car during this crash, and the driver only suffered
this
minor
autopilot
injuries.
thing's not.
Tesla
Is that the
released
right
a
side of
statement
that
saying
graphic?
drivers should keep their
Let's
hands
track
on
left
the wheel
3,
even when the
quickly
car
track left.
is in autopilot.
And thank you.
All right, you
Take
might remember us
semi
telling
A.
you about a new controversial video
Bye-bye.
game called
Take-
Active Shooter, where the player could
Jesus next,
play
camera
as
2,
a
the link's
school
1.
shooter or as a member of the SWAT team. Well, the announcement sparked outrage, being called insensitive and inappropriate. Well,
Stand
the
by
video
for
game
music, stand
developer
by
and
2.
digital distribution
Well, that's why I have
company
you guys.
Valve has removed
I
the
have
game
no idea.
now from their selection.
White music cue, 6
And we had
moves,
some
stand
loud
by,
and dangerous
links
storms
1.
that yesterday. We'll show you that
Dissolve.
video coming up, and we also have another
Stand
chance
by,
of storms
master.
later tonight. We'll talk about that timeline and the potential threats coming up as well.
And roll your brake. And fade this.
15 to 20 baby.
10 out. 5 seconds, stand by D. And roll D, take sound. Stand by 3 and a push. Text moves, all cue.
Well, I think we had
Can
one
make their names?
small tornado last night.
Lose
but
it. Starting
sure
with video
looked
first, Cameron.
Very dramatic, and there was a
Yeah.
lot of big hail.
Yes,
A.
definitely. We had one confirmed tornado
Semi A.
near Waynoka up in Woods
And
County.
roll
We
A.
got video
It's
of
off.
that. We also potentially had a tornado in southwest Oklahoma. It was so rain-wrapped you couldn't see it if there was one. Now, this is the tornado near Waynoka. Of course, we had all our trackers out yesterday. Val and Amy Castor, Vaughn Castor, Darren Stevens, Tom and Rob, Bobby Payne and Michael Payne, Marty Logan and his wife Debbie. They were all over this thing. So, yeah, there's the funnel right there near Waynoka. We're showing this to you a couple of times. And, of course, Jim Gardner was up in the air. A beautiful storm structure, it really was. It's a huge mesocyclone, and there was also a lightning strike that hit a tank battery, which caused a big fire, obviously. And yeah, that was pretty crazy. Lots of lightning, some really big hail, baseball-size hail near Freedom. That was from Val and Amy Castor. We had lots of baseball-size hail, and also some more baseball-size hails from this particular storm in the Texas Panhandle. That was where Tom, Rob, and also Bobby and Michael Payne rod, and eventually it moved it into Eric and Sayre. There was a lot of blowing dust near Selman, so lots of crazy storms yesterday. Very loud, damaging quite a bit. There's a beautiful shot of the rainbow next to the big storm right there near Eric. Let's go ahead and go to Links 1. I'm going to show you what we're talking about here. So basically we had some strong storms to our north, some really strong storms to our south. The metro did not see anything. A couple of tornado reports. The one or a couple out in the Texas Panhandle, and then one right there in Waynoka. We did have a tornado warning though in southwest Oklahoma, but no one could see it because it was so rain wrapped. These are some of our products exclusive to News 9. You're only going to see this on News 9. This is our shear rate product. Did a really good job of showing us exactly where that tornado was there in Waynoka last night around 7:45, and this is our velocity product. Yeah, pretty tight circulation there, at least briefly. Eventually it moved across Highway 281. This is our max rotation product, also doing a really nice job of showing us exactly where that tornado was last night. We were all over that. And the hailstorm across southwest Oklahoma, that was a big deal. The hail swath, only a product you're going to see on News 9. Dropped a lot of hail, baseball-sized hail, had several pictures come in from you guys and our storm trackers. But, you know, right now things are very quiet. Storm Shield 9 is absolutely quiet for the time being, so is Next Gen Live. But that will likely change come later on tonight. In the meantime, it's just going to be sunny and hot. It's 87 degrees in Oklahoma City. It's 91 in Altus, 90 degrees right now in Lawton. This is our Guthrie camera, part of our Air
the one day I'll say there's nothing else.
It's absolutely gorgeous out there right now. But, you know, notice it's 87 degrees. The dew point is at 70, so it is muggy out there. These numbers will continue to climb as we go throughout the day today. Dew points in the mid-60s to mid-70s. It's miserable. Heat index, after factoring in that it feels more like 97 in McAllister. It feels like 91 in Oklahoma City. It feels like 95 degrees in Lawton. We don't have a lot of relief as far as the wind is concerned. It's going to stay out of the south between 10 to 20 today. The big picture showing the jet stream well to our north. We are going to have some storms form out in Colorado, New Mexico, and Kansas eventually form a big complex that will move into Oklahoma. But I think it's going to take some time before it does that. So right now, I think between 7 and 10 o'clock, storms in northwest Oklahoma, north central Oklahoma, sometime after 11 o'clock or so. If we get anything in Oklahoma City, I think it's going to be around midnight, if not a little bit after.
He's
So for
he
today,
shares with
temperatures in
himself.
the low 90s. It's going to be hot. This evening, storms are likely later this evening. So after about 8, 9 o'clock or so, northwest Oklahoma, storms are likely. Overnight, this complex will likely stay well north of I-40 and eventually move into northeast Oklahoma. There is a moderate threat right now of severe storms in northwest Oklahoma with up to tennis ball size hail and wind gusts to 70. Yes, there is a tornado threat once again today. It's a fairly low tornado threat, but we do have that priority 3 over northwest Oklahoma that goes from Beaver County all the way up to about Grant County and parts of Major County as well. So hail sizes, I think in the metro, if we get anything, we're talking up to quarter-size hail, but the larger hail, isolated tennis ball, certainly a possibility in the north and west, and isolated wind gust over 75 miles an hour, especially in northwest Oklahoma. The farther east you go, I think that severe threat certainly lessens, and we're going to see smaller hail. Tonight, temperatures will drop into the upper 60s and low 70s. By tomorrow morning, all the showers and storms push into northeast Oklahoma, and tomorrow looks hot, dry, muggy. Temperatures in the mid-90s, close to around 100 degrees for some of us in southwest Oklahoma. It's going to be really hot, at least, well, for the next several days. But here's the thing. We've got the cold front that's going to come through sometime on Saturday. Sunday looks a little cooler, relatively speaking, but it's not going to be quite as humid, so we're going to feel the difference.
Dissolve. Stand by 2 for the tees.
No, apparently not.
No.
All right. Well, thanks, Cassie.
White Q, anime,
coming up after the break, the new swallowable electronic capsule that can help spot health problems. We'll tell you about it. Plus,
white change.
you know, hockey is a pretty brutal sport, but scientists believe they've found a way to play it more safely. That's in today's Medical Minute.
And roll the break. And fade. You freaking out down there?
Crossroads
what do you mean? They're going to do a truck move here.
For hours spent with patients per day.
5 out. Stand. Yeah, I know. Stand by 3. Here we go. Start your move. Take cue.
Well, the Stanley Cup Finals are officially underway. Game 2 is tonight. But you know, from the professional level all the way down to the PE level, hockey is played and it's played hard. Even though it's considered a dangerous sport, experts say smart play and top-notch training can lower the odds of injury. News 9's Robin Marsh explains in today's Medical Minute.
Dr. Michael Stewart, a Mayo Clinic orthopedic surgeon, knows the game and its athletes' health better than most. He's the USA Men's Olympic Team physician and the Chief Medical and Safety Officer for USA Hockey.
Well, there's risk of injury in any sport. USA Hockey and Mayo Clinic Sports Medicine Center have come up with strategies to make the sport of ice hockey safer. And it really is a multifaceted approach.
Whether in the gym or in a game, make stretching a part of your warm-up, says the doctor. Good mechanics help as well, so pay attention to proper knee position and your hip alignment, even during routine conditioning. Performance specialist Sean Vins adds that strengthening key muscles improves your stability.
For a skater, it's really important to have strong hips, glutes, quadriceps, and hamstrings. And so we'll do a lot of unilateral work.
Proper safety gear like helmets and mouth guards are a must. Just as important, according to Dr. Stewart, is to encourage sportsmanship and good behavior.
We teach them never to deliver a blow to the head. Never check from behind. Never charge or board
one full screen next
for today's Medical Minute, I'm Robin Marsh.
Scientists have now created a tiny, swallowable electronic capsule that can one day be used to spot health problems from inside the gut. The pills are only an inch long and packed with tiny electronics. They were tested in pigs and were able to detect signs of bleeding. Researchers at the Massachusetts Institute of Technology say it will have to be smaller for human testing.
Start your move. Take 2.
And research at the University of California is focusing on blocking the root cause of pain. Scientists are experimenting on mice with a naturally occurring protein that interferes with the body's inflammatory response. Researchers hope to develop alternative opioids for pain.
Change music.
And here we go. Let's check out this live look outside from Air Comfort Skycam Network. Nice look at downtown Oklahoma City. Be right back with Cassie after this.
And roll the break. And fade.
Get ready. 2018 could be your best summer ever. And this year,
we'll be up to A.
Ford's newest SUV, the all-new EcoSport. Coming soon from your Oklahoma Ford dealers and News 9.
Best summer ever. I thought last year was the best summer ever.
Behind me is the scene.
9,000. Pepper
Nine,
wins.
nine, nine.
999 9,000. Call or text.
15. He's Pepper and he wins. I guess. 10 out. Out the 3. Let's do a little push here. 5 out. Ready 3. Start to move. Take you.
You know, we
Somebody
always
likes one.
remind people when there's severe weather, when there's storms, to take care of your pets.
And
but looks like
dissolve.
This photo today. These people.
Nice.
Look at this cat.
I know. So this is Kellyanne and Rubble.
Yeah, they didn't have to worry about any storms wherever they were.
No, I don't think so. I think
That's
they
what my cat does
also
around my
get along
dogs.
pretty well.
I would say.
Show off.
Or at least Kellyanne likes to give Rubble a hard time, and Rubble just doesn't care. He's just kind of over it. He's used to it by now. So Bobby sent this in of her dog and cat, and thank you so much. It's absolutely adorable. I love seeing pictures like that. You can always send your pictures to pets@news9.net or send them to me on Facebook or Twitter. Today, obviously, it's going to be hot. It's already hot outside. It's going to continue to be muggy.
We'll be out to 3
have
into
a
a city
slight chance
cam.
of storms tonight. If it does make it into the metro, I think that's going to happen after about 11 o'clock or midnight or so.
3.
The higher chances will stay
And
well north of I-40,
15.
especially northwest Oklahoma.
Dissolve.
We're going to be all over it tonight.
Stand by city
And then
cam.
it gets summer-like.
Very summer-like.
Dissolve.
hot and muggy.
Stand by, master.
Cassie, thank you for joining us. Hope you have a great Wednesday.
And fade this. Nicely done, Grant, everyone.